This is how we get property sold. So now that we've gone through the 4 steps, we've given them a price, do we have a willing and able seller? Now that can mean many different things in many different markets. What about a market that is upside down, where the value of the property is actually less than their mortgage? How do you walk through that? Do you have a willing and able seller? In some cases you don't, because they just can't sell. They can't find the funds to clear the mortgage and also pay you a commission, so they're not willing and able possibly. Then we have others that maybe don't want the price that you suggest, and maybe they think their home's worth significantly more. Do you take the listing at that point? That's a really good question. Should you invest your time, your money, all the effort that it takes if they're not willing and able to be priced the right price? That's a question you need to ask yourself. But this is where you should go next. Find out their true motivation. What happens if we price it at your price, the seller's price, and we don't sell? Are you willing to sign price adjustments for 2 weeks out, 4 weeks out, 6 weeks out? Now you know you've got a very motivated seller that's willing to start adjusting their price for the market. Another pro tip that I do is what I call the EXUS pricing strategy. What I do when I'm with my sellers is I'll say, in 21 days, in only 3 weeks, I will know how well we're priced. Day 1, I go to the marketplace and I'm going to touch hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people with my marketing. This is the marketing plan that I have, and I'm going to just touch hundreds of thousands of people. And in 21 days, I will have a very good understanding of how well we're priced. If we've had no showings, obviously we're way out of line. If we've had many showings and no offers, what that tells me is that we're priced well on paper, but we're not priced well for the product as it's seen in real time, which means I've done a great job of marketing, but once the buyer is through the property, 9 times out of 10, they say, not for us. It looks better on paper than it does in real. So that means I'm still overpriced, but I'm probably pretty close. So in 21 days, I then sit down with my sellers again, very important, sit down with them in person and walk through a full evaluation again and show them what's sold, what's expired, and what's now active competing against them on the marketplace. And so in 21 days, we're going to do what we call a DList Relist. So whether they decide, choose, or resist a price adjustment, I'm going to actually take that listing off the market and then reintroduce it back on the market in 21 days. So that listing only sits on the market for 3 weeks, roughly 21 days, before I either do a price reduction or take it off the market and then reintroduce it as a new listing. Sometimes I even introduce it as a new listing and not even change the price. It's amazing how, as a new listing, it gets new eyeballs, new energy, and new showings. 21-day listing pricing strategy. Now 21 days goes through again, I do the same thing again. 21 more days, not sold. Again, we go through that same process. It is about the process, it's about the strategy, it's about staying on track. Remember, you walked in with an action plan? You make sure you follow that action plan. Everybody loves somebody that stays on task and does the action plan. And it holds you accountable, it holds them accountable. This is how we get property sold. Hey, thanks for watching. And now I've given you a strategy to take care of any overpriced property that you list. No more OPTs, only commission sales.